one thing I wanted to talk about is, well, actually, I was talking about the audience standing for the show. That's what I really wanted to do, because you were talking about the way it's been staged. I mean, Oberon's unusual because I know that Amanda Palmer did Cabaret there last fall, and then there's also the Donkey Show that Diane directed, and it's this environment where most of the people are standing.
Right.
And was that originally something you guys planned to do at this show, or is that something that emerged when it was decided to be staged at Oberon?
That was actually Diane's input. Diane said, you know, we have a story where with Prometheus Bound, in the past there's been like numerous tries to make it a musical unsuccessfully in most cases, because the guy is tied to a rock, and we need to find ways of moving everything and immersing the audience in that movement. And it would be way better to do it at a place like the Oberon, where there's all this motion and we can have the actors going all over the place around the audience and all these things we can plan, rather than a set theater with seats and a stage where things are being staged. And at first we were like, let's go check out the place. This sounds exciting. How would it work and stuff? And we saw the Donkey Show and some of the other productions, and we're like, wow, this could be really crazy and amazing. And it has turned out that way. And I think there's so much motion and yet so much fluidity in the sounds and the presentation of the music and the words that it is extremely captivating and engulfing the audience. And I credit Diane for that, you know.
Diane, you know, we had a conversation, and she called us both, and she said, you know, we could do this at our Loeb, our main stage, so we could do it at the Oberon, or we could do it in a site. We could find a great site to do this.
Right.
And we talked about the pros and cons of each, but she was excited as a director about doing it in this space. And at the end of the day, you want your director excited about how she's going to do the show.
Oh, yeah.
And I also think that, you know, Diane and I had attended one of Serj's concerts in New York. I mean, I've attended a few, but we attended one together, and we sat up, we were upstairs, and we were looking down the mosh pit, and Diane was just fascinated, riveted by the mosh pit, and she said, that seems to me like this kind of Bacchic frenzy we want to awaken in the audience during our show. So we almost have a kind of, you know, would-be mosh pit sort of gathering around Prometheus. But if you think about it, it's quite a remarkable thing, because throughout time, people have been gathering for public tortures, public executions. You know, that's what we're watching. And what kind of impulses does that awaken us? What kind of rabid desire to watch the torment inflicted? What kind of horror at the torment, you know, repelling us? It calls up a lot of conflicting emotions, and it's a really exciting environment. And also, in the Oberon, she's been attracting a young audience, which is great for our show. Really great.
So really, the subtitle should be Between a Rock and a Mosh Pit.
I guess so.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Once a tyrant took Olympus and named himself the god of gods. So cruel in his demands, he threw us to the dogs. Was there room for love in heaven? Was some brave fool to take our part?